Hello and welcome everyone. This is Yan and Man bringing you another Fleet Ops audio commentary. Today we have an interesting 3v3. It's on a new map called Let's Do the Twist. It's roughly 25k by 25k, which is the same size as Nirvana 2, to give it a little comparison. We have on the roster today, we've got in the bottom team, we have Nuclear Dude as this green Borg. His teammate guarding a wormhole is the red Klingons. This is Dexter. Their teammate Dominus Noctis over here as the blue Romulans. And then let's take a look at top. This dark green is Seaboss Dell, with the his teammate white Klingons. That's Zeb. And lastly, we have Shude as the yellow Dominion. Now, you can't really see it overly well, but this map is divided into two parts, with sort of a spiral galaxy-looking wall, if you will, of asteroids. And it's got two sets of wormholes. Both of them are both of them start off in the back of the bases of the teams. And the little notification that we just saw is a really interesting feature of this map. Interesting. So apparently you get notified if you try to jump into this little center area. So we shall see what these teams do. Okay, so we're going to start off, and it looks like many people are going for straight economy, which makes two mining stations right off the bat, which makes sense considering this is a very large map. We have Seaboss starting off more of an offensive build since he bought his Star Yard early on. Down here we see Dom has also followed a similar offensive strategy off the bat. Looks like he's going to go, if I would guess, he would be a research institute, means he's going to go Griffins more than likely. Let's see what Klingons over here doing. Another offensive build, and these are going to be heavy barrels. And that's actually a offensive start as well. Now the Borg over here doing pretty much what they do. In the 3.1.1 patch, the Borg actually has a little bit more options as far as what they can do in the early game. They can actually rush probes, and those can be quite scary, but this is a larger map, so probably a lot less rushing. So we see both teams trying to do a little scouting, and you can now see the pinwheel galaxy look going on. A lot of the players have a lot of immediate expansions very near to them, so this is going to be a high resource game. So we should see a lot of, we should see some more interesting tech. It's not just going to be a straight rush and kill. We'll probably see some late game units. Since we have Dominion in the mix, we'll probably see some of the new carriers. That's quite interesting to see. They've definitely made a nice improvement on the carriers, and so it brings some interesting elements to the gameplay. Now, so far, everyone is still just scouting. Mostly just making sure that no one's actually taking over the middle section, which would give a nice little economic boost, because as you can see, there are plenty of, there looks to be 4 or 4 moon pairs plus 2 extra dilithium. So that would be a nice economic boost if you can hold it. Plus there's a nice little back door into your opponent's base. So now we can see that Red Klingons, Dectors, has successfully scouted the Dominion, which would be Shude, and he's moving along. Going to scout. Is going to scout Zeb here as this Klingons here. Now, if you haven't seen or haven't got a chance to play 3-1-1 yet, the Klingons are actually a ferocious beast nowadays. Their Barrels and Gavorts turn into just monsters, and it looks like Seaboss is going for Gavorts, and that's going to be a strong play, especially since he'll be able to have lots of them out in the field, and may not be able to take out everything, but he will definitely make a very strong push on any small ships, be able to kill any sort of mining operation, just get in, get out. Hopefully we'll see some of that. Everyone's still teching up their economy. A little bit of defensive play here, mainly just getting economy going here. Definitely straight into a dual moon pair. Sude is definitely going for later game. And the Klingons here are going for Sangs. Now, one of the things in the 3-1-1 patch is that all of the interceptors are much faster, whereas all of the longer range vessels are much slower. So a previous strategy in Klingons would be to mass Sangs, and you'll notice this Sang is moving much slower, which changes the balance a lot. In favor of the interceptor units, like these Gavorts or the Barrels. Nonetheless, these Sangs are still long-ranged, and so make for excellent firepower if you can support them with your interceptors. And while we're at it, while we're waiting, you should notice the new look of 3-1-1. It's a much cleaner interface. It got rid of the movie panel and gives you a little bit more room so you can see what's going on. So now we see Dom is sulking around with one of his reins, and we'll see if I'm right. Let's see if I earlier. No, he did not go Griffins. He went Levias. So we shall see. General consensus among the community was that the Romulans took a really big hit. The reins became much less effective, and so the Romulans have become much more of a challenge to play, especially with the balance given to some of the others, like the Klingons. Just the amount of firepower that you can produce per amount mined is just not in the Romulans' favor. It does seem so far in the early games, but we'll see what Dom tries to pull off here. Everyone is still scouting. You can see that there's not really a good way to get past this wall of asteroids, and so everyone has to engage by going through the wormholes. So what you might expect is, and here we go. We have our first little battle, and we have Dexter with his Barrels coming in and making nice little raid on this end of the base. And you can see that these guys are, these little Barrels, where they used to just fall like flies, are making able to make, a huge impact on the battle as opposed to just being cannon fodder. Now, I'm gonna ding Dexter here a little bit for not moving away his injured Barrels, where he really should have. Zeb here is doing a semi-decent job of pulling back his fighters as he can, and his teammate Shude has